Go.
I'm Brad Grant, and this is my persuasive speech. My audience. Most of you can probably look back and remember those great teachers that had a positive influence on your life. On the other hand, you can probably think about some of those mean teachers and teachers that always seem to be stressed out. Let's take a look at those teachers. Did you ever think that maybe those teachers were stressed out or in a bad mood because they were overworked and underpaid, or perhaps they were working a second job and were just exhausted? The fact is that public school teachers are underpaid across the board in the United States, but that's even more so the case in Florida. Especially when you take into consideration pay comparisons, hours worked, and the teacher's requirements. Teachers in Florida should be given a pay raise consisting of base pay, bonuses, benefits, and better retirement plans. First, let's look at some pay comparisons. According to an article in Time magazine on September 24, 2018, there were approximately 180,000 school teachers in the state of Florida. The average teacher's pay in Florida is about $39,000 a year compared to the national average of $59,000 per year. As if the numbers are not low enough, the salary reported by Florida is a bit misleading. When Florida reports the teacher salaries nationally, they also include bonus pay, which is very difficult for the teacher to obtain, as well as fringe benefits and extra duty pay. When it comes to state funding for education, Florida's at a little bit of a disadvantage. Florida does not have a state income tax. So they have to find other ways to generate money for education. Some of the things they can do to increase education revenue is to increase taxes such as sales tax, bed taxes, and other luxury taxes. Florida is also trying to pass a law legalizing marijuana, which could also put money into the educational coffers. Florida could also seek more federal funding if they come up with a more accurate, uniform national reporting and calculating standard to show the accurate compensation numbers for the teachers' salaries. Now let's take a look at the hours that teachers are working. According to Education Digest in January 2019, public school teachers were working an average of 70 to 80 hours per week. That's about 7.5 to 8 hours a day in the classroom. Another 1 to 4 hours performing extra duties, equitable duties at the school. And then teachers also are putting in an average of about 2 hours per night at home, corresponding with parents, grading papers, and doing tests and quizzes, getting those prepared for the class as well. Research also shows that teachers are now working, majority of teachers are working second jobs just to make ends meet, and those hours are also adding up on the teacher for their work week. Raising salaries could eliminate the need for extra jobs or duties. Finding ways to implement more in-school planning time for teachers would be one idea that the school districts could do, give the teachers extra planning periods. This would allow extra time for them to complete those miscellaneous tasks. Finally, Florida teachers have specific requirements that are expected of them. Teachers must maintain their certifications. That is done through personal development and online classes. Teachers are also required to do PMPs. That's a progress monitoring program for the students for behavior and academic reasons. Also MTSS, teachers have to, that's a multi-tiered system of support. Something else that's required of the teachers to do for students. Math and English teachers specifically are given more of a workload because those are tested subjects for the FSA. That requires more time, effort, and work from the teachers compared to teachers in other subject areas. Florida could implement pay incentives for those teachers teaching in tested subjects. that could help raise the teacher salaries to pay them for the extra work they're doing. The individual school districts could also excuse teachers from their equitable duties, and they could utilize parapros to fill into those spots and take care of those equitable duties for them. To conclude, teachers in Florida are underpaid and are long overdue a significant salary increase. They also put in about twice the hours of a normal work week, which make their hourly pay about $9.38 an hour, which is not much more than minimum wage for a highly educated profession. Teachers face time-consuming mandatory requirements, which also take up more time. And solutions, there are some solutions that can be implemented as far as raising taxes, legal marijuana revenues, and utilizing parapros. So if you care about the success of Florida school system, then you can agree that we need to employ and retain effective teachers. If you have a child attending public school, you can also agree that we need to employ and retain effective teachers. If you want the best education or the best educators to come to Florida and work, you can agree that we need to employ and retain the best possible teachers. How do we make this happen? We can increase compensation packages for teachers to be comparable to other educated professionals. Thank you.